Investigators say it could be a slow process questioning an 18-year-old suspect along with others connected to the shooting death of 14-year-old James Anderson. The high-speed chase led to two police officers crashing their vehicles here on East Residence Avenue, and the suspects later crashed their vehicle on Turner Field Road. Now, there were two officers who were sent to the hospital. 44% of inmates who came to the Dougherty County Jail in 2010 had at least one prior record. More than half of them had 2 or more previous incarcerations. Lee County law enforcement ended their search here at the residence around 2 a.m. Tuesday morning and picked it back up later that morning. And with this much land to search through, you can see why the Lee County Sheriff's Office called Georgia State Patrol to bring in one of their helicopters to help. Economists say there are 6 items that you'll be paying more for in 2012, including that cup of coffee, clothes, and airline tickets. Registration for the students began here where they printed out their academic history. Then after printing out their academic history, they waited in a line that wound through the auditorium and came out into another line in the main lobby. But they say by parking in the first available spot and taking a few extra steps to get to the door, it's a small step towards decreasing Georgia's obesity rate. With a blogger buying a newspaper, what's going to happen with the print version? Dawson Police Chief Charlie Whitehead says Amos Wallace's application at the station will no longer be considered after news of his arrest. Albany police are looking for a brazen robber who struck outside of a bank this morning. Right out of the gate, I was headed to jail. Another treat for consumers are Cyber Monday deals. Millions of shoppers are expected to flock to online stores trying to catch those bargains. Hey everyone, hope you're enjoying the game. I'm Sarah Bleau. Let's catch you up on some of the stories we're working on for Fox 31 News at 10. Investigators at the Dougherty County Sheriff's Office say We Buy Gold in Valdosta lost $9,000 because of this scam, and Albany gold and silver buyers lost $8,000 from it. I spoke with the owners of the Albany store this afternoon about what happened. Nicole Mitchell says the store she works at, Albany Gold and Silver Buyers, has never had an incident like this.
He didn't accept the first offer, so he pulled it off the counter, put it in his pocket, swapped it out for the fake stuff, and then put the fake stuff back on the counter whenever he agreed to the second price.
He did not have enough cash in the store. This gentleman followed him to the bank. He paid him and was supposed to follow him back to the store to finalize all the paperwork, but at some point peeled off. This is all fake gold.
The suspect used what law enforcement calls bait and trap.
You don't see it as much as you used to in the old days, but it's still performed, and if someone is really good, they can get away with it.
He was really aggressive. You know, you think that with everything, he was sitting there telling us that his house burnt down.
They can get you into all kinds of conversations about all kinds of different things, moving their hands around. They're very much like a pickpocket, where a pickpocket bumps you, distracts you in some way, and they're going in your pocket.
Now, this incident has made Albany Gold and Silver buyers redo their paperwork process. Instead of having customers fill the paperwork out at the end of the transactions, customers will have to put their fingerprint on the paperwork before they even begin testing the gold.
That way, we have this dude's information instead of it just being a picture on surveillance. We'll have his thumbprint, stuff like that too.
The Dougherty County Sheriff's Office is looking for a heavy-set black male, approximately 5 foot 10 inches, with gold teeth. Investigators say he and his partner drove off in a burgundy, newer model Kia Optima. Anyone with information on this individual is asked to contact Lieutenant Anita Allen at the Dougherty County Sheriff's Office at 229-431-3222. Elements Coffee owner Calvin King says he's only increased his prices once by 3%, despite supply costs increasing nearly 50% since he opened nearly 5 years ago.
It was like $5.22, somewhere in that range, per pound for Arabica beans, and now you're running an average of like mid-$8.
With economists reporting coffee bean costs will increase again in 2012, King says he may have to follow in Starbucks' footsteps and increase prices.
The happiness of my customers is, of course, very important to me, and so I really try and edge it up when I need to, and only when I need to.
Reports show that because of higher transportation and raw material costs, the price of clothes could increase 8 to 10%, but the owner of Envy says not at her store.
I haven't noticed an increase at all. I've already done all my spring and summer orders, and all of my brands have been keeping their prices the same.
Temple says companies she purchases clothing from tell her they don't expect prices to increase this year. She says the only thing she expects to increase are her sales.
The holidays were great. All of fall and winter was good. So I just expect spring and summer to be even better.
King says he's heard the economy is getting better, but with news of supply costs increasing, he's preparing for the worst.
I'll believe it when I see it. But for now, I'm just kind of bunkering myself in and hoping for the best.
Find out the other 4 items economists say you'll pay more for in 2012 by connecting to this story on our website, mysouthwestga.com. Sarah Bleau, Fox 31 News. And a spike in break-ins and entering auto cases in East and West Albany neighborhoods sparked the Albany Police AmeriCorps to hit the streets. The AmeriCorps cadets say today's door-to-door patrols got them a lot of tips. Neighbors in the Lakeview neighborhood say the recent crime spree is getting bad.
The house across the street, the house on the corner, and the house on this corner right here by me, for instance, with doors was kicked in. And most of the time, they've been doing it in the middle of the day.
Ray McCauley, a resident there for 38 years, says his son recently had electronics stolen and he personally had tools taken from his shed.
You're afraid to even leave home, and that's what we just got totally paranoid about it.
The Albany Police AmeriCorps cadets went door to door in the neighborhood on Friday to see what they could do to put a stop to the paranoia and fear.
Trying to see what we can do that can help out and just to see how we can help get all their stuff back.
One way they're trying to help is by getting descriptions of possible suspects in the recent break-ins.
Descriptions of what the person may look like if they were to see him, or when they come to the house and they actually see it in the act, just to call the police right then and there. Or if they have seen it before, they can always go to the police department and just give them a description to see what they can do from there.
The Albany Police AmeriCorps says they believe they got that description. They say a white male in his 20s may be the one responsible for the Lakeview break-ins. Neighbors say this work by the AmeriCorps brings them comfort.
I appreciate that. I thank them to the highest. Absolutely. Their presence will be a help. It sure will.